So you're dreaming of opening your own pharmacy? That's amazing. Most people figure the first step is, finding that perfect location or figuring out what to stock on the shelves. But here's the thing. They're wrong. The real foundation, the one document that can literally make or break your entire dream, is your business plan. And over the next few minutes, we're going to take that daunting task and turn it into your single most powerful tool.
I get it. For a lot of new pharmacy owners, the idea of writing a business plan feels overwhelming, a total chore. But once those doors are open, you realize really fast it's not just some formality for the bank. It becomes your living roadmap. It's what you turn to when you have to make tough calls. And trust me, things will go off plan. But having that solid foundation, that's what lets you pivot without getting lost. That's the real power here.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about why this plan is so darn important. Then, we'll break down its anatomy, piece by piece. After that, we're going to craft a killer executive summary, get into the details of your vision, and finally, tackle the budget. Let's dive in.
Okay, first things first. A well-prepared business plan isn't just a good idea, it's an absolute non-negotiable. This is the document that proves to everybody else, and maybe more importantly to yourself, that you've actually thought through all the details and are serious about building a business that's going to last.
Just think about it for a second. Who do you need in your corner to even get this thing off the ground? Banks and investors, they won't even take a meeting without a plan that proves you know your numbers. The person you want to rent a space from, they need to see you're a safe bet. Even your suppliers and partners want to know you've got a solid vision. The bottom line is this. A great business plan is the key that unlocks all of these doors.
So that's the big question, right? If this one document is so important, what exactly needs to be in it to make that killer first impression and get people to believe in what you're doing?
Let's pop the hood and look at the basic anatomy of a business plan. The best way to think about it is like a blueprint for your pharmacy. Every single section plays a critical role in telling your story, and you need all of them to make the whole thing work.
Every strong plan has these 5 core parts. You've got your cover page. That's the first handshake. Then the executive summary, which is your big picture pitch. The body is where you dive deep into the nitty-gritty. The budget, well, that proves it all makes financial sense. And the appendix is where you stick all your supporting documents. Each piece builds on the next, telling one complete, convincing story. Now, if there is one section to absolutely obsess over, it is this one. Let's be real for a minute. A lot of busy people, from investors to landlords, might not read anything else. This is your first and maybe your only shot to hook them and make them believe your pharmacy is something special.
So your executive summary has to do 5 things, and it has to do them fast. You've got to show the industry opportunity, explain what makes your pharmacy different, what's your secret sauce, define your target market, who are you for, lay out how you beat the competition, and finally, introduce your team to build that instant credibility. Now, speaking of that industry opportunity, I want to show you a number. This one statistic reveals a massive built-in advantage that you, as an independent pharmacy, have from day one. It's this, 72%. So, what does that even mean? That's the percentage of patients who say they'd rather go to an independent pharmacy than a big box chain. And why is that? It's because they're looking for everything the big guys can't deliver. Real personalized service, not having to wait forever, and building an actual relationship with their pharmacist. This is your core strength, and your business plan needs to scream it from the rooftops. But we have to be realistic. The industry's got its challenges, especially with PBMs, pharmacy benefit managers, whose reimbursement rates are just squeezing the life out of old-school models. The trick is to frame this not as a problem, but as your golden opportunity. Your plan can show exactly how you'll succeed by doing things differently, like using cash-based pricing or focusing on niche services where you're in control.
Okay, so the executive summary got them hooked. Now what? Well, if you made a bunch of promises up front, the body of the plan is where you deliver the proof. This is where you bring your entire vision to life with all the concrete details.
The body really breaks down into 4 key areas. You've got your company description, which covers your mission and your legal setup. Then the services section, which explains exactly what you're offering and why it's so valuable. Your marketing plan spells out how you're going to reach people, and your operations plan maps out how the whole thing will run day to day.
And that brings us to the final, and let's be honest, probably the most intimidating part of your plan, the budget. But try not to think of it as just a spreadsheet of numbers. It's your financial roadmap. It's what proves your amazing vision is also a smart, sustainable business.
A question I hear all the time is, where do I even get these budget numbers from? Do I just make them up?
And the answer is simple. No. They come directly from the strategy you've already built. Every single line item, every expense, every bit of income should tie directly back to your goals. They aren't just guesses. They're calculated figures that prove your plan works.
To make this a little more real, let's look at where that initial money usually goes. As you can see, just setting up your physical space, that's a huge slice of the pie. Right behind that is your starting inventory, all the tech and security you'll need, professional fees for folks like lawyers, and of course marketing to let everyone know you're open for business.
And hey, just a reminder, your budget doesn't magically stop once you cut the ribbon. It's so important to plan for all those ongoing costs. I'm talking about the obvious stuff like utilities, but also the really crucial services like compliance and HR. Pro tip, look into a professional employer organization, or PEO. They can be a lifesaver for managing all the employee stuff and keeping you compliant, especially when you're just starting out.
So there you have it. Your business plan is so much more than a document. It's the roadmap that turns a great idea into a thriving pharmacy. It prepares you, it guides you, and it gives other people the confidence to bet on your vision. The only question left is, where's your first step going to take you?